student and parent, welcome to the TestprepKart channel. This video is going to be about how do I improve my SAT scores, and some quick tips to keep in mind and follow religiously are going to be discussed in this video. Have you had stagnant SAT scores after a few retakes? Don't know what to do to improve them? It's usually easier to improve your score dramatically when it falls on the lower spectrum. But if you're scoring in the 1400 range and want to be in the 1500s, this video is still going to be helpful. So let us talk about what are the must-know basics of the SAT. In order to master the SAT, you must understand it through and through, no shortcuts whatsoever. Some basics that you should have drilled into yourself. Timing of each section. This is of paramount importance. You have 65 minutes to complete 52 reading questions that are split into 5 passages. 35 minutes to complete 44 grammar questions that are split into 4 passages. 25 minutes to answer 20 math questions without a calculator. And 55 minutes to do 38 math questions with a calculator. So this is what is mentioned according to the test time. However, when you're practicing, you should time yourself 5 minutes less than what you actually have. This will ensure time doesn't creep on you during the real test. In your mind, you have 60 minutes for reading, 30 minutes for grammar, 20 minutes for math without a calculator, 50 minutes for math with a calculator. The SAT is essentially a race against time. You need to know the concepts and know them well enough to complete each section on time. Now let's talk about how to improve your score in each section. Let's start with the reading section. There are 2 main tactics that seem effective to improve your test prep. Step 1. If you're having trouble comprehending the passages, just try reading the first and the last paragraphs. Read only the first and the last sentences of each of these paragraphs, but do it thoroughly. Then go to the questions and answer the main idea questions. For line-specific questions, go back to the passage, read the paragraph that the line is in. This way, you needn't worry about understanding the passage completely, and you can focus on the parts of the passages necessary to answering the questions instead. Method 2. Now this is annotation. If you understand the passages but don't finish in the allotted time, and it takes too long to reread the passage to answer the questions, try reading the questions first and circling your keywords which are relevant to the passage. When you go back to the passage to read it again, look for these keywords that you have marked. This way, when you're reading, you're more focused on what you have to look for. Circle the same thing in the passage as well. To increase your reading speed, start reading. In another video, I have given you suggested reading exercises, suggested reading passages for your SAT. I would also suggest do newspaper reading, go for editorial sections. Now these are sections which are written with great care. You have ample lexical resources. You will also find passages, science passages, history passages, as these will be the most challenging to adapt to speed reading. When it comes to reading, applying different tactics and seeing what works for you is best. All of the answers are in the passage. You just have to look for them the right way. If you're getting a specific question type wrong every single time, try a different tactic to identify your mistakes. If you're struggling with a specific type of passage, practice those types of passages over and over. Talking about the writing section. The writing section is considered as the easiest section on the SAT for some, as long as you are thorough with your grammar rules. But if you struggle with English grammar, then the writing section can be very frustrating. Now, writing is all about grammar. You don't actually have to read the paragraphs at all. You first need to understand how to apply rules of grammar. If you're struggling with it, I would recommend practice grammar rules, having extensive grammar practice. Punctuation practice is very important. For punctuation or simple grammar questions, just focus on the underlying portion and don't get distracted around everything else which is given there, the additional information which is given there. For sentence structure, word usage, or remove, add questions, you must read the paragraph or the surrounding sentences. If you're getting a specific grammar rule wrong, aggressively practice the skill when you're studying. All of this content is available on the TestprepKart study material. Enroll with us to have ample practice. Talking about the math section. The SAT math has a set type of question, just with different numbers and different words. Math is pure practice. So put simply, learn the concepts. Again, through our TestprepKart material. Our material runs you through the concepts and gives you adequate practice. Once you finish this material, you will see a dramatic improvement in your SAT scores. There's no way you won't get better if you practice consistently. Additionally, after each practice test, write down every single question that went wrong. Why was it wrong and how to solve it? You need to evaluate where you went wrong and how to resolve the issue. This decreases the chances of you getting the same question wrong on another test. If you notice that you are getting the same type of question wrong over and over again, review the concept more than any other concept. In a nutshell, to summarize what all I've just spoken, the brain is a muscle. You have to train it hard, but give it rest days and practice in all types of conditions. I would recommend start your SAT prep by taking a practice test and start doing them as often as you can. Between practice tests, review every single question. No point in just giving tests randomly. Review, evaluation, understanding is mandatory. All of that will be provided when you enroll with us. For reading and grammar, write down the general concept of what you've got wrong or the question type, plus how to avoid mistakes in the future. For math, write down the specific question and solution to it so you know how to solve it in the future, the next time you encounter a similar problem. Be sure to give your brain rest days. Every 2 weeks, do some light studying. Light studying means reviewing your mistakes and doing a couple of practice questions of your choosing again. When you do practice exercise from TestprepKart material, do it wherever you do your school work, your regular desk. However, when you do the practice test, take it at a different place, somewhere far away from your regular study place, because your brain will take the test more seriously if it is not your regular comfortable study place. By simply practicing consistently for a couple of weeks, you can raise your SAT scores to where your prospective colleges want them. What's the delay? You have all the tricks of the trade with you. Start practicing. In case you have any further doubts or clarifications, do comment below or connect with us on the link provided in the description. Do subscribe to our channel to keep yourself posted with new topics. Thank you.